Hello, my name is Ricardo. I'm going to be telling you what I did on Friday, the 28th of April. So, for starters, the first lesson we were up in the Mac room and we just did some computer work. We tried to find some costumes for ourselves, well, what our character would wear. So, for me, it's kind of tricky because I only appear in one act, well, one scene, you know what I mean. So I had to find just one costume for me. Like some other people, they had to find like two or three. I just had to find one, and that was more or less the school clothes. So I picked out black baggy trousers or school trousers, a white shirt, a green white tie, and a thick North Face coat. The reason why I said thick coat is because during this time it's autumn, so my cat's going to be probably cold, so we're going to need a coat, something like that. And we had some shoes, black. I think they were leather shoes. It's the kickers, black kickers, because I remember back then, because basically our play is set in 2009, so we just had to think what was the style back then, like what did everyone used to wear. So my character's more or less wearing kickers, yeah, just kickers. I also put a lighter in because I made like a PowerPoint. My character also has a lighter in his hands. Don't matter what color, probably red because I like the color red. But I don't have a lighter. I'll probably be using my friend's lighter. And yeah, so that was my costume. So not costume. That was my outfit. I presented it to the class, and they love it. One thing for certain, what I might do I might add little details to my sort of costume outfit. I should say outfit. It's for my shirt. My shirt's not going to be fully tucked in because my character's not very. He don't really like to follow the rules. So I might have the bottom button undone and the top button undone, and I might have one of my ties slightly over on this side. I'm basically taking inspiration from what I wore in Little Baby Jesus for when I played Rugrat, because I more or less wore. It's basically similar to what he's actually. It's more or less the same really because Rugrat is a troublemaker at school. John Tate is more or less a bully. So, well, they're kind of different, but they're sort of similar in the same way. Like they're very jokey. Like they say jokey stuff, but the only difference is that John Tate is more threatening and intimidating than Rugrat because he's more of a cocky sort of person. But they have that in common. They're very cocky. But yeah. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna find that costume, make some adjustments like that, and then yeah, it should be good. One thing I will do soon, or probably today actually, I will have some more accessories because my character's like into football stuff. So I will need not football trousers, just stuff which I'll bring at school if I'm going to play football. For example, spare football boots or trainers. I will need, that's really what I need. Just something what like a jock sort of character would wear. Like if I just go on to any movies or just think about times when I was in high school, what did these sort of people used to bring to school if they were going to play football or do any sports activities? I already said football trainers or just trainers. I probably could even bring spare clothes like not even trousers, like joggers or probably a t-shirt, a jacket, just little stuff like that. Just will make it more, will just help me like embody that character. I'm sure there's other stuff that will help me embody that character, but it's just costume wise. And yeah, that was more or less that lesson. Next after break, we go into a circle and we did a little exercise which was very challenging actually. There was a tennis ball. We were assigned to throw the tennis ball, but we have to say our line, and once we say our line, the person who comes after it, basically it's very hard to explain. So say for instance we have person A, person B and person C and person D. If person A is given the ball and they say a line and the next person is person D, then person A will throw the ball to person D. And then person D has the ball. They say their line. then person D, then after person D's line, the next line will be some what person C will say. So they will pass it to person C. It was very confusing at first, and I won't lie to you, I was like, huh? But I feel like once you fully understand it, it's like, okay, I get it. This exercise tested to see how well you know your lines, how well you know who come basically who know yeah, who do you know who comes after you say your lines, just stuff like that. It was very challenging. Um, yeah, it was very challenging. I had the ball and I was like, what do I say? What line do I say? Okay, if I say that line, then I pass to that person. I think the trick was to basically prepare yourself before the ball was handed, well, thrown to you, because I didn't do that before. I just sort of like, if I have the ball, I'll just guess who it is. It didn't help a lot. So I believe we're definitely going to keep doing that now, because it definitely does test the whole class and I if you know your lines. So we're going to do that a lot. And afterwards, we continued with the scene. We continued with we started off with Act 3, where it was Jan and Marcy, and we made our way through all the way until Act 4, where it's Phil and Leah in just chilling in the road, and Leah storms off, and Phil's like, Leah, and all that. Again, I wasn't in that scene, but I just prepared myself when I was off stage. I was just reading my lines and just having my mind, like having ideas in my mind, saying if I said this line like this in this way, then just stuff like that. It helped me. I did get one of the lines wrong when I was reading them in the past. Like at one point I looked at this sort of paragraph, and turns out I've been reading it wrong this whole time, and no one pointed it out. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's finally in my head now. But because I did the, say it out loud, I recorded myself, and if I got it wrong, then I'll start again. Just that simple stuff. And yeah, that's more or less it really. I didn't really do that much today because we mainly focus on Act 3 and Act 4. But I did help some people where some people weren't in, and I did do lines because some people didn't know their lines. So if they didn't know, they would say line, and I'll say their line for them, and they'll get it. But other than that, it was a good day. So yeah, what I took in today was that my character is a sporty person. Well, I already knew that, but just I need to find any sportswear stuff that will help. I need to make like another PowerPoint for my character John Tate about sports. Really, that's about it. But other than that, that's it. So see you guys later.